Through quality control, the target quality for any kind of work process can be achieved, maintained, or even improved. One of the essentials in producing very high-quality products is cooperation by the employees. All frontline workers, whether in the factory, or in the office, or in sales, must totally give their support to achieve high quality. Japanese QC circles began with this reason.
目標値ですね。目標値は 0.048% と設定されておりますけど、これに対して一応今月期がですね。
The ultimate goal of a QC circle is to provide quality goods that meet the requirements of the customer. Members of the QC circle can take proper action with the final customer in mind. What's more, problem solving leads to even greater enthusiasm and commitment to product quality.
The goal of quality control is to eliminate defects and produce consistently good products. Defects are products that fall outside target standards, and they are caused by dispersion. In order to eliminate defects, therefore, we start to track down this dispersion by arranging our statistics in the form of the tools of QC that can be easily used by everyone. As the next step in searching for the cause of problems, we developed a kind of overall improvement system that can be applied not only to the manufacturing process, but also to various business departments. This company-wide development of QC has been very successful. We call this system total quality control, meaning that it is company-wide. Now, for the best effect, the tools of QC must be used in the right order. The same is true of total quality control. Unless the order is correct, TQC will not work. Let me explain each procedure in turn. The cause of defects may be found in various places within the factory. So it is difficult to know exactly where defects occur. What we do, therefore, is to get everyone in the factory to come together and exchange their opinions as to the possible cause. We call this the discussion process. In the discussion of one problem, it's important to bring in everyone who might be involved. We need the opinions of people on the production line, as well as the designers of the production machinery, for example. It's most important to have certain rules for these discussions. For a start, everyone must feel free to express their opinion. Absolutely any comment or suggestion should be welcomed. The second rule is that there must be no criticism of other people's ideas. However stupid an idea may seem, it should not be challenged, or it will destroy the purpose of the meeting. The third rule is that no one is made responsible for what they suggest. If people feel that they will have to be responsible for the results of their ideas, this will limit their self-expression and reduce the flow of information. One person should conduct the meeting. This person's job is to encourage everyone to take part. Without his encouragement, many people might come along but say nothing. Another person should act as a secretary. On a large piece of paper that everyone at the meeting can see, the secretary writes down every opinion or idea. This may trigger fresh ideas from the participants. The whole point of the discussion is to encourage not only ideas, but also involvement, to give people a sense of participation.
Quality control is based on the contribution made by each and every employee. By bringing these people together in a group and discussing problems openly and freely, major steps can be taken towards quality improvement.
The next step is the analysis of available data. Every company keeps records of measurements, quality control data, and test results. This data can be organized and analyzed using the tools of QC. And it is important that records of this analysis are displayed in the factory where everyone can see them. This chart, for example, shows a defect rate of 0.05%. It's a low figure, and as you can see, it's part of a pattern of decrease. All related data is displayed here, and everyone can make use of it. This Pareto diagram shows the most frequent sources of error. Looking at these charts, employees can see the problems and the degree of their severity. In this way, the tools of QC provide vital information: the control chart, Pareto diagram, and correlation chart. A cause and effect diagram, or fishbone diagram, can be used to analyze this data. The whole picture is clear, and in many cases the cause of defects can be traced through these charts alone. Through the analysis of the past data, we can track down most causes of defects. Although many clues can be found in data, there may still be factors that are unknown. The answer in this case is observation, to actually look at what is going on. In order to make this process effective, two methods can be used. The first is to look for the factors that everyone else has overlooked. The chances are that the real source is somewhere behind and unexpected. Let me give an example. One employee made a special study of a defect problem, but however hard he tried, he couldn't find the answer. Then he realized that all his data related to the daytime. He resolved the problem in the end by looking at the data for night work. That's one way. The second method is to look for places where dispersion occurs. Take this meter, for example. I notice there are times when it shows slight fluctuations in pressure. This could be a clue to a source of defect, so we should collect data from here and analyze it carefully. Anywhere where dispersion occurs should be looked at closely. It could be very important. Through careful observation, we can discover many causes of defects. For example, you might notice that products being loaded on pallets are not being loaded in the same way, a possible source of defects. In a large-scale factory, or where the production process takes a long time, however, close observation on a daily basis might be impossible. So we record the process in several ways. This is the recording process. The recording process involves the gathering of various kinds of records. This need not be done manually. We can use automatic measuring instruments or tape recorders. As long as the recording is complete, it can reveal many important things. As an example, in a steel factory, a rolled steel sheet showed dispersion in thickness. A complete record of entire sheets showed that the dispersion came in waves and the length of the wave was the same as the circumference of the roll. It turned out that the roll was slightly off-center. In such ways, the recording process can solve special problems. Yet another more drastic way of rooting out dispersion is to change the conditions in which it occurs and examine the results. Imagine two rows of people working on a production line making the same products. Defects occur on one row more than on the other. I would suggest that after everyone comes back from lunch, the two rows of people swap sides for a while. If the defect rate also changes, then the answer must obviously lie in human error. If there is no change, then there must be a mechanical problem. Step-by-step testing can be repeated until the answer is found. When it is possible, testing is both fast and effective in searching for the cause of defects. However, in many work sites, conditions cannot be changed around that easily. There are several limitations that must be considered in the factory. So, for example, there must be ways of interchanging employees or machinery under the limitations. If the conditions change and the result also changes, then that could be the cause, and you have the answer to your problem. So let us review the procedures mentioned so far. First, discussion. Then, analysis of data. And if the answer is still not found, observation. If the site is large-scale, use recording. And the last resort is testing. This procedure is the route to problem solving, the process that results in improvement. In a nutshell, the goal of quality control is that everyone puts out 100%. And this applies not only to production line employees, but even, for example, to the sales force or to those who handle materials. Quality control was designed to achieve this 100% standard. And in Japan, it was adapted to make it easy to understand by every employee, thus encouraging company-wide participation. This is what we mean by TQC, Total Quality Control. For TQC to work, the following are essential: the willingness of top management to promote TQC and encourage employee participation as part of company policy. The requirement that all employees learn and understand the tools of QC. The promotion of cooperating to foster improvement through QC circles. One other important point is that QC circles should be given incentives to achieve success. After all, it's only natural to want recognition for what you have achieved. To do something without acknowledgement is disheartening. Through incentives, a circle that's successful can enjoy a sense of victory. And this explains why Japanese QC circles may talk until late at night, because QC activities become a challenge, almost like a sport. QC circles can present their success stories at company or intercompany meetings. In this way, people learn from each other, and as a natural result, the quality of the product is bound to improve. TQC requires the strong support of top management, an understanding of methods by the employees, and the enjoyment of hunting down a problem that exists within the QC circle system. Company-wide QC results in constant improvement of the manufacturing process and at the same time leads to cost reduction. In other words, TQC is of all-round benefit to the company.
Quality control is based on the 100% commitment to quality of every employee, and it is achieved most quickly and efficiently by full employee participation in QC activities. Total quality control, company-wide QC, is the best possible system available to us today.